Today I'm canning applesauce and I wanted to bring you along on my journey. So we order these Fuji apples from Bulk Natural Foods. It's a once a month kind of co-op where you can order fresh produce and all sorts of bulk products. So we have all these Fuji apples. We actually have 2 bushels of them, and we've actually already gone through 2 bushels. And the favorite thing around here is applesauce. So today I'm trying to batch enough applesauce to actually can some, which will be a lot of fun and only my second ever canning project. So I used, double checked my numbers and timing and things from my ball canning book to make sure I don't cause botulism. But I want to show you what I have. So I have all these apples. I've been peeling them on this peeler that I got from Amazon, which works fantastically. And then I slice and core them, and I'm sticking them in my Instant Pot. I put them on the steam setting in the Instant Pot for 10 minutes. Then they come out and I use my immersion blender to blend them up in the pot, which gets me delicious applesauce. All I add is water and some cinnamon, and then I can put them in the jar. So this one batch is in the jars because my kids are going to come inside in just a few minutes and they're going to eat it all. But I am trying to do at least 2 more batches in order to can. I'm hoping to can just 5 quarts today. I still have a ton of apples. So again, this pot's full, but this is my first bushel, 1 out of 2 bushels. So I have a ton that I can do. Actually, my limitation is my Instant Pot is so small. I kind of wish I had an extra Instant Pot, or if I had another big can, or I'm sorry, another big pot on the stove, I could actually be cooking them down on the stove. But it's okay. I'll just do 2 batches here. I've got enough in the Instant Pot already, and then I'm going to make this batch, and then I'm hoping to be able to can them. So again, it's super simple. I'm cutting up the apples. I'm going to add a cup of water to make sure that the Instant Pot has enough water to get to pressure. And then I just sprinkle the top with cinnamon, and that's it. Then we're going to hot pack the jars and be good to go. This is the book I'm using. I actually had the opportunity to take a canning class at my local extension center. So University of Tennessee, I went to my local county. It was at the fairgrounds, is where in the building. And they offered this canning class. It was a couple of nights. They talked about all the things that you needed to be worried about. And then they gave us this canning booklet. And so it shows all the times and all the things I need. And so I just referred here. Applesauce, I need to have a 1/4 inch headspace, and for a quart I need to boil it for 20 minutes. So that's where I'm getting my reference from. Always make sure that if you are canning, you are following a real recipe. Fruits, so I love this page, actually shows the things for fruits. I don't need to add sugars or acids or anything like that. But if you are doing tomatoes or different things, there are rules you need to follow to make sure you don't get botulism. It's based on how long it takes to boil and get the food material hot enough to kill any of the germs that could be in it. And that's based on the acid content. So fruits are usually pretty straightforward, which is why I've only ever done peaches before, and this is my second time. My pot is on the stove, it's boiling, just about ready to move forward. I actually have my jars in there empty to kind of clean and sterilize first. And then I have over here, my Instant Pot is just about finished. And then I will prep the applesauce and get it in the jars. All right, so the Instant Pot just beeped and I was able to quick release the pressure. This is my immersion blender. This thing is the best. I'm gonna stick it in here and blend into a smooth. time to wipe the jars. I would check headspace, but I actually don't have quite enough, so you just wipe the top of every jar to make sure you are good, even if you think you are. I know I got some in this jar. Wipe the tops. Okay, you want to check for air bubbles. So I think since it's so runny, I can just tap them down. Otherwise, this headspace tool, which came in my kit included a headspace tool, the jar grabber, and the little magnet to pull the lids out of my pot. So I just have them on low heat to get warm. To put on here, I've got these all wiped off. The part that matters the most is the rim, because you have to make sure you get a good seal. So I'm gonna put those on. Oh, they're toasty warm. Whew. And then you put the seals on, but you want them finger tight. You don't want to crush them down so tight that they start to tighten the seal. So you want them on there finger tight, but not as strong as you can get them. All right, so now I put them in the water and let them boil for, let it come back to a boil and then boil for a full 20 minutes. I have a rack in here that I actually purchased. This is not a canning pot. This is actually the pot that I use that I bought for scalding our chickens. Trust me, it's been washed very well, but it's stainless steel, so I'm not worried about anything like any bacteria or anything. It's a nice big pot, and I was able to find on Amazon a canning rack that fits inside it. It's a little bit narrower than a traditional canning pot, but as you can see, it still holds 5 quart jars. Might have a little bit too much water, so I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna get a measuring cup and get some of that water out of here. Put my applesauce pot for now. Okay, let's try again. All right, so you do want an inch of water above the pots or above the jars, but you can see I'm so close to the brim of my pot, so I'm going to take some more of the water out. Probably do a little bit more. I've got quite a bit of space to that pot there. Okay. Last time when I tried to do the peaches, one of my major issues was having too much water, and the pot was too short, so it was really hard to get enough water over the tops of the jars. And if the boil breaks, if it stops boiling, then you have to stop your timer and you have to restart. It has to be a continuous amount of time to make sure that it's reached temperature to kill any pathogens in the food. So 20 minutes is my time for the applesauce. You can see it's starting to boil. It's been hot. It always takes way longer to bring this pot up to boil than you think. So this water has been going before I started the Instant Pot at all. And the Instant Pot was only a 10-minute timer on the apples. So make sure you have your water heating up well before you want to actually start canning. As soon as I get this going a little bit better, I am going to put the lid on, and then I'm going to start my timer for 20 minutes. When the timer's done, all I do is take the jars out and let them sit, and I should be able to hear a pop as they each seal. Button. Woo! Okay, all good? Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I heard that pop.
Already.
Yep.
This one.
Yeah. That one popped too.
Already?
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure there's not one.
Excuse me. Do you have to loosen the strap? That one popped.
3, 4? I think that was 4. Oh, maybe that one.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope that watching me can for the second time ever gives you a little bit of courage to try it on your own. It was a lot simpler than I had worked it up in my head to be. All I had to do was make the applesauce I've been making for my kiddos, heat up some jars, and then boil the completed jars for 20 minutes. So much easier than canning seems. It always seems so, I don't know, so intimidating, but it isn't. And I would encourage you to give it a try. If you've tried canning for the first time, or maybe you're an old pro, I'd love for you to leave a comment below and let us know any tips or tricks or anything you learned. And I hope we'll see you on the next video. We'd love for you to go down there and subscribe and like this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a Merry Christmas.